This seems like a bad sign for Rhea Ripley and her fans. In this video, I'll explain exactly what that sign is, why it's bad news, and why you should care. Rhea Ripley is just weeks away from facing Liv Morgan once again at Bad Blood for the Women's World title, and this match is crucial. It's not just important for Rhea Ripley and her fans, but also for Liv Morgan, and the feud they've built. This rivalry has been months in the making. Yes, they've had battles at SummerSlam and Bash in Berlin, but this feud is one of WWE's biggest stories of the year. It stretches all the way back to last year, and even before WrestleMania. Let's rewind a bit. Liv Morgan was dealing with a serious injury and was going to be out for several months. WWE decided to use that time to build an angle for her return, with Rhea Ripley taking Liv out, setting the stage for a big comeback feud. So, they did the injury angle, and Rhea laid Liv out. When Liv returned, the rivalry truly kicked off. After WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan began their feud. Liv had previously lost to Becky Lynch in a good rivalry before WrestleMania, but then she wasn't even on the WrestleMania card. Meanwhile, Rhea retained the women's title against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania and was set to start a program with Liv. However, Liv's injury delayed things, so they made the best of it by having Liv cut promos on Rhea during her absence, building anticipation for their eventual clash. This all led to their match at SummerSlam. But here we are, approaching Bad Blood, and it's unclear what direction WWE will take. SummerSlam gave us a controversial ending when Dominic turned on Rhea and aligned with Liv, costing Rhea the match. Then came the mixed tag team match where Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley faced Liv Morgan and Dirty Dom. The babyfaces won, giving Priest a much-needed victory. Now we're heading into Bad Blood, and it's time to ask, what should WWE do? Should Rhea win the title and take the feud to the next level? Or should Liv get another victory? How they book this match will significantly impact the feud's future and the standing of both women. If Liv wins, she'll have 2 victories over Rhea in singles competition, making it tough to justify a third match. They could add a stipulation to ban outside interference. But where does that leave Rhea? Here's what's concerning. I looked at the betting odds for the match, and Liv Morgan is a -300 favorite, while Rhea Ripley is a +200 underdog. Those numbers indicate that Liv is heavily favored to win, and it got me thinking, why isn't Rhea the favorite? I believe she should be the one to go over at Bad Blood. This feud is too important not to get a third match out of it. The story has been built so well that a trilogy seems like the best path forward. At SummerSlam, Liv's win had outside interference from Dirty Dom, which kept Rhea strong and continued the storyline. Then, they wisely avoided an immediate singles rematch, opting for the mixed tag team bout instead. This gave Rhea a victory without diminishing Liv's status. Now, heading into their second singles match at Bad Blood, it's crucial to decide the right outcome. If Rhea wins the championship, it sets up a compelling third match. Liv would have a legitimate claim for a rematch, and WWE could build to a dramatic conclusion for their feud. You could even add a stipulation, like putting Dirty Dom in a shark cage or making it a no disqualification match where outside interference is strictly controlled. That would be a fitting end to their rivalry. But, according to the odds, it looks like WWE might not go this route. Instead, they seem to be leaning towards Liv getting another win, and that's where the problem arises. If Liv wins cleanly, especially without interference, it leaves little room for a third match. Sure, they could do a no more rematches stipulation or put Dirty Dom in a steel cage, but it just feels forced. The best way to continue this feud and give it a proper payoff is to have Rhea win at Bad Blood. Not only does this extend the rivalry, but it also adds layers to Rhea's character. As a babyface in this feud, Rhea overcoming the odds to reclaim the title could make for a powerful storyline. Plus, it gives Liv the chance to chase the title once more, which is always a compelling narrative in wrestling. Now, looking at things from a booking perspective, It's clear that you can't have Rhea lose twice in a row. It would seriously damage her credibility and hurt the feud's momentum. A disqualification or no contest finish might work, but it would leave a sour taste in fans' mouths. WWE should be looking to build Rhea as a top star, and that means giving her strong, decisive wins when the story calls for it. She's already proven that she can stand on her own, and her journey since leaving the bloodline has been nothing short of impressive. She's become one of the most popular and marketable stars on the roster, right up there with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Every business metric shows that Rhea moves the needle. TV ratings spike when she's featured, social media engagement soars, and her merchandise sales are through the roof. It's time to capitalize on that momentum and give her a title reign that solidifies her as a major player in the women's division. Of course, the betting odds are just one piece of the puzzle, but they do give us insight into the current narrative direction. Right now, it seems like the bookmakers believe Liv will retain, which could signal WWE's intention to wrap up the feud sooner rather than later. That said, it's possible they have a longer-term plan in mind that we're not privy to. If Liv does win, WWE will need to find a way to keep the rivalry going without making Rhea look weak. A stipulation like banning Dirty Dom from ringside could work, but it has to be executed flawlessly. On the flip side, if Rhea wins, it opens up numerous creative avenues for the final match. Perhaps a hardcore match, street fight, or a no disqualification bout with Dirty Dom in a shark cage to prevent interference could be on the cards. In conclusion, the outcome of this match at Bad Blood will determine the direction of not just this feud, but also the trajectory of both Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan's careers. If Rhea wins, we get a more layered story that can culminate in an epic final match. If Liv wins, WWE must handle the fallout carefully to ensure both women come out looking strong. Either way, this rivalry has been one of the most talked about storylines in WWE this year, and the stakes have never been higher. So, what do you think? Should Rhea Ripley go over at Bad Blood, or should Liv Morgan retain? And what's next for both women? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Given that his WWE contract expired earlier this summer, many people anticipated that former WWE Intercontinental Champion Ricochet would make his AEW debut. However, there was still a lot of mystery about his appearance at All In at Wembley Stadium. I had to be snuck into Wembley Stadium. I've never been in that position before. In a golf cart with a black tarp over you, Ricochet said on Talk Is Jericho lately. For me, it's just weird. Ricochet claimed he was housed in a different hotel than the AEW talent and that he was driven directly from his lodging to the stadium, where he was once more kept under wraps until his debut in the Casino Gauntlet match. I was kinda sequestered in like a room all day, so I didn't get to see anybody but like the people in the match, Ricochet recalled. I really didn't get to see anybody all day until they put a black tarp over me and put me in a golf cart. Before leaving the gorilla position, Ricochet claims he received a lot of welcomes, mainly for business. Once you step through the curtain, the nerves kinda just dissipate into go time, said Ricochet. You are not aware of it till you pass through the veil. It's peculiar. The former WWE star joined the match and gave it his all. Christian Cage ultimately prevailed, and as a result, he now has the opportunity to defend the AEW World Championship whenever he wants. Ricochet and Will Ospreay, the AEW International Champion, with whom Ricochet once had a legendary feud, are currently engaged in a verbal duel that will take place on October 2nd of AEW Dynamite.